Hello everyone, good morning. Hey, hope you guys are doing good. Let's get started. Couple of things before going into deep. So I hope you must be seeing some link in your WhatsApp group, right? So that link is Google Drive link. Okay, if you will click that link, you will be open something kind of this one. Let me know if anyone not able to open that drive link. Everyone able to open that? Okay. So so what's inside that, or how we are going to do it forward? So there is something, this is uh, public link. Okay, three different folders are there. So you already know the MCQ. We did two MCQ, right? So this is the MCQ. Okay, you can practice multiple time, no issue into that. And whatever MCQ will come into the uh, further classes, I'll upload it here. Okay, and you can practice whenever you need. Apart from that, there is one document called EVNG lab. Okay, this is the one which we are doing. Interfaces, tap, V-wire, L2, L3, every detail is here. So once you open that, you will be seeing something like, okay, so end-to-end detail is there. So for example, what does it mean by tap, V-wire? But it's a lab document. So lab document will mostly have your all the IP addresses, what will be the IP address, switch, win server, how the router will connected, prerequisite, what is the needed, and IP addressing, complete IP addressing, and cable mapping. Okay, zone type. Once everything done, checklist. So here is your lab started, which we started phase 1 lab, tap mode, switch router mode. Okay, so this is the lab. I have tried to add a screenshot as well. Okay, no screenshot. Where is my screenshot? Okay, if is phase 1 tab is here, so the lab is going to be the same which we were working. Where is my lab? This is going to be the lab. Okay, so let me just take a screenshot. I'm just putting here. Okay, one more screenshot I have attached, which we are working actually from the lab side. Okay, complete screenshot like that. So in this lab guide, what you will see, each and every line of configuration. Okay, you have to just practice that. Every configuration is there. What will be the configuration in switch, router, firewall, everything is there. And we are going to follow this lab only in our classes. Okay, this is what I have built specially. It is customized. It's not nothing something downloaded from the online portal or something. Okay, it's built for you guys. Okay, this is all about my lab guide and the documentation. Apart from that, there will be one more document. Let me, so if you go inside, there is one more document called July document. Okay, so the I have just uploaded, right? I just uploaded here in the same document. Refresh your page. there. Okay, under this you will see for documents which we are using for our classes. Okay, like definitions, how we are going to understand the concepts and all, it is already there, and I'll keep uploading. If you need some more details, so I have some old document as well. Old document means, since I am taking more classes, right? So for each batch I used to try to build a new type of document, okay, based on the crowd. So I have, if you want to go into the old documentations as well, it is there. So for one topic you will get two type of document. Okay, one which is going to upload it here, and some more document, extra document. Okay, so it will help you to understand more in better way. It's like concept and topic, everything is same. Okay, just the way it is represented, that's it. Okay, so for example, if you open that, um, try to download it first. Okay, download it first, and then these are the topic we covered right initially. And if you saw previous one, for example this one, or let me go through the one which we are already working. So we are already working in this one, networking. Okay, so you will see all this document as well. Okay, it's already there, like lab is already there. Ignore this lab, I am giving you a new lab. Okay, this is some old basic lab. So the lab which you are going to do, it's kind of advanced lab in which we are going to touch router, switch configurations and everything. So it should be like how is your infrastructure in your company, so you will be able to relate more. Okay, so that's the thing. I hope everyone is added in WhatsApp group as well. Anyone who is not added in WhatsApp group? uh, what happened, what he said? Please follow up. Okay, because I can see four people joined today also. So try to reach whoever is not added into the WhatsApp group, because these links and all I am going to provide in WhatsApp group. Okay, if you want I can share it here as well, no worries. And okay, let me share in your main group as well. Okay, this is about the WhatsApp group. Okay, what about the lab? Are you able to see labs in your account? Do you guys get access? Okay, no problem. So let me show you one thing. Okay, so once you open that document in your same lab, okay, so see, you can check here as well, but most probably here. Okay, see, once you open that PDF which I shared you, so there will be one document, page number 16. You will see unlock Mac or unlock Windows. So this is your window, right? So what you have to do, Control Alt Delete. If not working, just do Control Alt Shift. If you are in lab, you can do it now. Control Alt Shift. It will open a virtual keyboard. Okay. From virtual keyboard, you have to press Control Alt. Then you will be able to unlock it. Is it fine? क्या क्वेश्चन समझ में नहीं आया, फिर से बोलना. ये हमेशा रहेगा, ये मैंने पब्लिकली रखा है, सो तुम्हें भी मिलता रहेगा, और हमारे बहुत सारे बैचेज है, सब हमेशा यूज़ करता है। आई थिंक 2 to 3 ईयर से मैंने पब्लिक ही रखा है, सबको देखा है। सो यू कैन, नहीं 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 नहीं, नो नो, मैं हमेशा इसमें अपडेट करते रहता हूँ। सो इसमें और भी अगर तुम्हारे पास लिंक रहेगा तो तुमको और भी नए बैचेज आएंगे तो उसके भी नोट्स मिलते रहेंगे। सो नो वरीज अबाउट द नोट्स, ओके। ये मैंने पब्लिक रखा है सबके लिए, तुम शेयर भी कर सकते हो, अपने पास भी रख सकते हो, नो इशू। नोट्स एंड ऑल आई डोंट कीप प्राइवेट, ओके। It will be there for lifetime until I have to delete some more storage, get more storage. 5 GB I have. हाँ, 4 डॉक्यूमेंट है। चार, ठीक है, मैंने 4 ही डाला है यहाँ पे फ़िलहाल के लिए। ये नए डॉक्यूमेंट्स हैं जो मैं अभी पढ़ा रहा हूँ, जहाँ तक मैंने पढ़ाया वहाँ पर तक ही है, ओके। और उसमें आज मैं और डॉक्यूमेंट अपलोड करूँगा। तुमको एक्स्ट्रा और देखना है तो उसके बाहर जाओ, यहाँ पे मेरा स्क्रीन दिख रहा है, यहाँ पे भी गेटिंग स्टार्टेड विद पालो अल्टो नेटवर्किंग। सो ये आप ये फॉलो करो, ये वाला। अभी हम यहाँ पे हैं, लेयर 2, लेयर 3, लेयर 4, ओके। सो 2 टाइप ऑफ डॉक्यूमेंट है जिसमें कंफर्टेबल रहे। ये थोड़ा बेसिक टाइप से हो जाता है, मीन्स इजी अंडरस्टैंडिंग के लिए। ठीक है, स्टार्ट करें हम लैब। चलो थोड़ा सा रिकैप कर लेते हैं। ये एक्चुअली थर्ड लैब है, मीन्स दो सेकंड लैब है। ठीक है, बता देता हूँ क्या किया था इसके पहले वाले लैब में एज अ रिकैप, ओके। So let's do some recap first. So this is the master lab which we built, and we are going to change the configuration accordingly so that uh, it will be very easy for you guys as well. You will understand all routing and switching as well, okay. So in first lab, I think last week we covered our tab interface, okay. So let me open my pen. Okay, सो फर्स्ट जो लैब था उसमें हमने टैप किया था, ओके। टैप इंटरफेसेस किए थे। टैप इंटरफेस में क्या किया था, सो we covered this management PC, and this is the router for the manage this firewall and manage this switch as well, and we use this VPC 5 to generate the traffic. In tap interface, if you remember, we use these two paths. So when the traffic is coming here, so we use this path and this path. If you remember, what is the type we made for this firewall interface when we were using a tap? What is the type of interface we used? Tap interface, very easy, tap interface. And the switch, we use two interfaces for monitor, okay, monitor. So 1 0/0 we made as a session monitor 1 and as a destination, and 1/0 we made as a source, okay, as a session monitor 1. And what we were seeing that if we were trying to ping one SBI IP from here, and when we are trying to SBI IP, we were seeing a copy of that traffic into the firewall. This is we proved into the tap mode, okay. Go to the recording if you don't remember. Now today we are going to start with vwire in the same lab, okay. vwire vwire, if you remember what I told, if you are enjoying Netflix over here and there is a switch, okay, and after that there is a firewall switch and going internet, okay, you have to combine two ports to make it bump into the wire, okay. For example, 1 or 2, 1 and 2 will be combined and we will make is a v wire, okay. And once you start the traffic, it will be just act as a transparent, okay, transparent mode here, not routed mode. This is what we are going to uh, do lab in this one. So now, since we already use this VPC, now we are going to use this VPC, okay, for the testing for my vWire. So let me add, okay, tab, what's the IP address, let me just check. Show IP 10.10.0.20, 10.10.0.20. okay, so I'm just going to put 10, 10, 10. Sorry, no. 1 second. 10.0.0.20. Okay, 10.0.0.20. 10.0.0.20. Okay, 10.0.0.20. So how we are going to do this lab vWire? Any problem in, or if you forget, let me know. What was the behavior of vWire? How we take the decision? Anyone? VLAN tag, VLAN base. Yes. So we have to use two different interfaces to bind it together in short. So what will happen here? When your traffic, let's use this PC for the testing of the vWire. When the traffic will be initiated from here, okay, and from the switch when it will go, so this interface will come as a first hop, okay, and when the traffic will reach here, okay, there is one interface 1/1, and there is one more interface 1/2. What if you bind it, okay, and make as a v wire? We are going to do that, okay. We'll bind it these two and make it a v wire, okay. This part, this region below that, will consider as a v wire inside, okay. Or you can just keep v wire also inside, also doesn't matter. As I'm saying, v wire, okay. And from here to here, whatever going out from this interface will be called a untrust or a internet, whatever we'll decide it runtime, okay, what needs to be given. Right now you are seeing tap mode because we use the same interface for the tap. Now we are going to use the same interface for the vWire as well, okay, and the same interface we will use the L2 and L3 as well. So we'll keep adding, okay. Since we are doing our vWire lab, so whatever old configuration was there in these two interface, that has to be purged. So nothing much, it was having monitor session configuration, okay, monitor session, we deleted it. So let's verify each and everything first, okay. So from this PC, let's get into this router first, so that you will remember what was the configuration, okay. This is my firewall. Hello. VLAN tag. Yes. Okay, so what is happening here? So this is already having a internet access. This NAT is having a net G, or net cloud is having a internet address 10.0.0.1. Okay, it is having a internet. So internet is already there. Instead of IP addressing, okay, you are using a vWire. This is what we are going to test. Applying IP to this interface is called L3, which will be coming into the L3, and which is very common, everyone know about it. If I'll apply IP address over there, I will use the internet. In this lab, this is what different we are going to do. Without IP address also, I should get a internet, okay. Why? This firewall will act as a bridge, okay, or switch, you can say, okay. This firewall will not considered as a new hop. This will be act as transparently as a switch. So for example, when you are in PC and connected one switch and connected internet over there, for example, do we need, if it is a L2, do we need to have any IP address? Just a VLAN will work, right? Similarly, instead of this switch, we are using a firewall acting as a switch. This is called, we are going to do into this lab, LAN traffic. Yes. Okay, so let's understand this first. So this is your router 192.168.1.1. 192.168.1.1. Let's see the configuration first. Okay, no, this is not 192.168.1.1, sorry. The management IP, where is my management IP? Okay, let me check what is the management IP. What is the management IP we given? Let me just check. Um, or we given or not? Let me check. I don't remember actually. Yeah, management to the PC 1.1, VLAN 19 2.1, 2.1, 100.1, 2.1. Okay, if you feel you don't know what was the IP, just go to my document. Okay, so yes, Palo Alto switch management is Palo Alto management router 2 192.2. 191.1 management to PC 1.1. One second. We did it right. 1.1. 100 dot. 100.1. 100.1. हाँ, कौन सी ये? ओके ठीक है, चलो जूम करना पड़ेगा. I think delete हो गया. Yeah, one moment. 1.1, 2.1 management 99 PC 2.1. One second, I should have write it. 2.1. Telnet configuration is there. Good point. Good point. One second. See, this is my router, and it doesn't support. Okay, good point. This router doesn't support SSH keys and all. Okay, so I configured for the Telnet. Okay, so Telnet configuration is there. Thanks. I was doing SSH. So for the router, please do this one, Telnet. Okay. 192.168.1.1. Please do telnet. Okay, I'll show the configuration. Okay, admin and netadmin at 123. So the password is going to be the same always for all the devices. Okay, admin and netadmin and 123. Let me just paste it in your Zoom chat as well. Netadmin at 123 capital N. Okay. Windows server password is different. Okay, for the Windows it's capital T 123, test 123. In the document you will find the password is also given. Okay. 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 So right now three interfaces are there: 1.1, 2.1 and 100.1. 1.1 and 2.1. See, 1.1 I am connecting here. 1.1, 2.1 is going there, and 100.1 is going to the this one, firewall. Okay, and the configuration was nothing much into that. Okay, apart from this configuration, interface configuration, no VLAN, nothing is there, just a telnet configuration is there. Okay, so if you'll see here, this configuration is also given on your document. Okay, no worries. Okay, line VTY telnet. Okay, transport input telnet. I tried it, SSH is not there in this image. Okay, fine, for this one is fine. Now let's go to the switch. Okay, switch management IP is 2.2. Okay, let's open the switch as well. Maybe new session, 192.168.2.2. Okay, same password, admin net admin at 123. Fine. What you have to focus into switch, this switch. Okay, tell me which switch I am going to use for vWire now, from where my traffic will come. If my PC is, I am going to use VPC6. So which interface is connected? 1/2. Okay, let's check 1/2. So run interface, I think gig 1/2. Let's see the configuration of 1/2. Okay, so what I did here, 1/2, I given one VLAN 20. Okay, this is 1/2. I given VLAN 20. I'm just writing here as well so that, okay, if traffic is coming from here VLAN 20 and I have to send it over there, this and interface should be same into same VLAN, right? Gig 0/0. Let's see, 0/0. Okay, just 0/0, 0/0. Okay, so VLAN is 20, description is wrong, so let me just update the description. Configure terminal description interface gig 0/0 and description to Palo VLAN 20. Okay, saved. So what I am going to do, the port which is connected to my this upstream, okay, upstream to my switch is also VLAN 20. Okay, so this port and this port is in same VLAN, so whatever traffic will come from here, it should go out. Okay, now when the traffic will reach here, I have to make changes here as well. Okay, let's work into that, what kind of changes are needed here. Okay, so log into the firewall. So same management PC. Okay, consider that as a jump server. Okay, so this is your firewall right now, blank configuration, no configuration. Okay, we'll do it a firewall from the scratch. This is old configuration tab. So whenever you will start with the vWire configuration, we need two ports. Okay, what are going to be these two ports? Can anyone tell which ports I am going to use? And 1/1, 1/2, 1/1. Let's take 1/1. Okay, 1/1. So what could be the possible description? V wire, simple. Okay. What will be the interface type I'm going to use? V wire. Okay. We'll use each but one by one. Okay. Not always. So when it asks for V wire type, it is asking, okay, assign a V wire bundle as well. There is nothing right now. It's none. Okay. You have to create a bundle of V wire. Let's create a bundle of vwire. So okay, you can't create it now because it won't give you option to assign the interface. So just keep as of now blank. Okay, as of now blank. We'll come back here. Security zone. Right now there is no zone. Tell me 1/1. Okay, 1/1. What zone name I can give? 1/1, inside or outside? Okay, so can I give something called v wire hyphen inside? Okay, inside. Okay, name doesn't matter, you can give any name. Okay, just click OK, nothing else. Go to the advanced, you won't see any options to do. Okay, that's just click OK. So what I did, we make a port as a v wire. Let's do the same for a 1/2 as well. So let's just give the name v wire, interface type v wire. Okay, keep it as of now blank. Security zone, I have to create a new zone. What could be the zone name? Which is this port going upward? Yes. Yeah, so you can give something vwire outside, untrust, internet, everything will work. Okay, doesn't matter. I'm just giving outside, nothing. Nothing here. Done. Now come to the zones. Since you have created zones runtime, so your zones are automatically populated here. Okay, how this came here? Because when you creating the interfaces, we created the zone also, that's why it's came automatically. There's one option here, the same stage, called a v virtual wire, in short v wire. Okay, right now nothing is there, blank. You have to create a bundle and tell the firewall, okay, these two ports will be considered as a bundle or bump in wire. So I'm just creating something called v wire, giving name, you can give any name. Okay, v wire interface 1. Now the interface will be appeared because you have made the changes. You made the interface type as a v wire, that's why it is coming here, otherwise it won't come. Okay, if L3 interface is there, it won't come here. So these two interfaces are coming here because I have made a these two port as a vwire. Okay, there are two more options: multicast forwarding, link state pass through. Link state pass through is the by default. What is the meaning of link state pass through? It is a safety mechanism. For example, these two ports you have connected, right, 1 and 2. Let's assume this port sometime made down, okay, due to any reason, and this is up. Then in that case that will be a problem. Okay, an inconsistent mode means traffic will come here but this port is down. So this can cause some kind of split brain scenario or backhauling or some kind of inconsistency. We don't know what will happen. Okay, to avoid this kind of issue, there is a safety mechanism called link state pass through. What it will do, if this port is down, let the pair port also down. That's it. This is the only meaning of this, a safety mechanism. So some kind of inconsistency should not be there. Okay, so you made a something called a vwire bundle. Now you go into the interface and see if it is attached. Go into your firewall 1/1. You can see here virtual wire already attached because we attached from here. Okay, so both interface is attached to the vwire. Now vwire thing is done. Vwire thing is done. But you can see here I have created one zone here and one zone here. Okay, so for to pass the traffic, okay, just to pass the traffic from this zone to this zone, we need to have some kind of security policy. Okay, we will apply, we'll do multiple tests. Okay, we'll change the tag and all, we'll apply. So we will say vwire policy source zone. What will be the zone here? Inside. Okay, what will be the destination? Outside. Right now there is no IP addresses assigned over here, but you can give a specific IP address, like what IP you want to have. 10.10.0 is there. Okay, and you can restrict with that as well, but doesn't matter as of now. Just keep any. It's not in use. The action is allowed by default, so just keep it, nothing else. Okay, just keep okay. Okay. Okay, policy part. Since we are, my traffic will come from this path, okay, and reach here. This is different interface, this is different interface. Okay, and the zones are also different, we have created. So I need a security policy from this way to this way. Now in the security part, security policy source, I have selected zone, and all the source address, user, device, we just keeping any. Okay, not restricting anything, because it doesn't matter in this lab actually. When we'll have a policy lab, we'll restrict. So just keeping any source, any user can reach, and the destination just restricted with the destination zone, and destination address, and device is also any, application is also any, port is also any, action just I made it allow. Okay, don't worry, we'll go into the detail what are applications and all. It's just needed in this lab, that's why I just created a simple policy, no changes. Okay, once you done that, commit your change. I just created vwire policy. There is no by default policy. You see this one, right? I just now created. Yes, yes. There was no. It was blank. There was only two default policy. This orange one, intrazone and interzone. Now it is blank. Okay. Go to your PC and try to reach your gateway. This is your gateway. Okay. Ping 10.0.0.0.1. Okay, you are getting a response. Now what is happening? 10.0.0.1 is my internet gateway. Okay, ping 8.8.8.8, that is my DNS, internet DNS. Okay, that is also reaching. How this is reaching? Okay, it's, let's see. If this is a firewall, okay, if this is a firewall and my traffic is coming from here, VLAN 20, no issue, it's a VLAN traffic. Okay, same VLAN, it will come from here and go here. When the traffic will reach in this interface and go out from this interface, I created a security policy as well. That is also fine, no issue. But the interface which you are seeing here, okay, without any IP address, no IP address. Did I give any IP address here or here? IP? Without any L3 also, you are able to reach internet. That means this flow is purely L2 flow. Okay, here also VLAN, there is no IP addresses also, just a VLAN basis my traffic is going. So can we say this firewall is working as a bridge or a switch? Let's consider as a switch, not a bridge. Okay, switch, let's consider as a switch. How can we make sure this is not as a routed mode? So there was one term I used. What will, when we using a vwire mode, in which mode this firewall will be? Is it routed mode or transparent mode? How can we validate transparent mode? If I want to check if it is not in what do you call routed mode, or it's in transparent mode, how can we validate? No worries. Trace route, right? Very good. So this should not come. This device should not come into my uh, path. So just go into your source. This is your source. there is a command called trace. Just keep one notepad with you when you sit with me, okay? I keep picking, pointing something like, so trace, uh, for example 8.8.8.8. Okay, I'm trying to reach. So here is no trace route command will work in VPC, no traceset command will work, only trace will work. Okay, trace 8.8.8.8, or better try to reach something like, for example, google dot sorry google.com. Oh, what happened? You have been disconnected. Who disconnected me? What happened? Who disconnected me? One second. Someone is playing with my lab, but oh man, that's re-login. That's the problem. Oh, okay, no problem. We'll re-login. We have to stop it and re-login it. No problem. But it was the end. So I wanted to show you how the trace will look like. Okay. So when you do the trace from here, this firewall will not come into the picture. Just the star star star, and you will go internet. So to solve that, I have to stop my nodes. Okay. Come out means close this lab and sign out and then sign in. Okay, I don't know. Open, start all the nodes. Okay, these devices will take time, but no worries, that's fine. Okay, so that was the in for this thing, v wire thing. Okay, so that's, I wanted to show you this trace path. That was the in for the v wire. Now you can see we are using this firewall as a switch as well. Any question into the v wire, please? Then we'll go into the L2. हाँ हाँ हाँ, मल्टी स्टेज, हाँ हाँ, inside portal. No, so when one port is down, outage is already there. One port is down means traffic disruption and outage is already there. Why we are making another port also down? To avoid the inconsistency and split brain. Sometimes split brain or inconsistency, what will happen? Mac flood maybe. Okay, and other firewall, other devices can go down. So unexpected behavior, to avoid that kind of thing, we have to do it. Okay, so if you see what they say online, deployment such as Palo Alto, what they show, linked state through makes transparent firewall invisible to physical link state and neighboring work gear. What is does? If one interface of vWire page lost the physical connection, link down, the firewall immediately force the paired interface also down. This is what I was talking about. Why? The neighboring router or switch immediately recognize that peer is dead. Why? So for example, if this port is down, okay, and I am neighbors, there is a neighborship. Okay, in they check whether my neighbor is LLD, so LLDP neighbor. When you see this is actually down, but still it will come as a neighbor. That is the problem. To avoid that kind of issue, just make both down. Okay. Hmm. Natting, nat. NAT will come into L3. We'll come into that as well. Yes. Hmm. Right. Okay. Zone. Hmm. Right. Correct. Correct. So, okay. Okay. There is no NAT here right now. Okay. So how smartly we design in NW King, I think in very first class, if you remember, did I? Okay. Do you remember? I was talking about how this VMware and the Nick Nat is there. Were you there in that club? Nick Nat. Okay. So this internet is in already 10.0.0.0/8. So what I did, I just keep my subnets also into the 10 subnet. So this both are in same subnet. That's why without any NAT I am able to reach the internet. Now in case if I would have created something 172.168, which is not a public IP. So for this lab only, remember what you understand. Public IP means something 163 something IP, and the private IP is 10. This is what you know, right? But in this lab, this is going to be reverse. Okay, your 10 subnet will be public, remember. So whatever internet you need it, keep it in 10. Okay, and rest will be private. So if I would have used 172, in that case from 172 to, if I want to go to the 10, definitely I need a NAT for the translation. So here in the same subnet, and I'm using this firewall as a L2, I need a connectivity. That's why I'm keeping it a 10 here as well and 10 here as well. Is that answer your question? NAT will do in L3. Yeah, L3. We'll do it. No worries. Okay, default. Hmm, yes, yes, 100%. I'll show you that. Okay. Okay, I never used multicast, but let me just, I don't remember, but let me just use that. Multicast firewalling. Multicast setting dictate how group address data packet across the transparent boundary default behavior. By default, multicast traffic forward transparently across a V-wire without security inspection. Okay, so we created one security policy, right? In the security policy, if we attach the inspection means whatever antivirus threat preventions are there, we can attach that as well. Okay, but if the multicast traffic is there, it will bypass that inspection. If you select that option, multicast firewalling option, when you enable it, let you to apply security policy and rules such as blocking, allowing, and IGMP group range, blocking, allowing IGMP PIM group name multicast traffic transfer, why it's matter, prevent unwanted multicast stream flooding is trust. One second, let me just read it. Unwanted multicast stream flooding while still permitting necessary routing protocol like OSPF and control. Okay, so what it is saying, let me explain in the simple term. Okay, we generally don't use multicast, but okay, let me log in. Test 1 2 3. Okay, so what we did, whenever you apply a security policy, here we call it a rule. Okay, we apply a L7 as well. L7 means security profile or a security, let me write it as F, security profile. What is security profile? For example, antivirus, anti spyware, threat prevention, not threat prevention, anti spyware, URL filtering, these kind of stuff. L7 we generally apply onto the rule, but it is not for a normal traffic, not from the multicast traffic. So multicast traffic have a different behavior. Okay, like for example PIM traffic, multicast traffic will come, it will bypass all this inspection, nothing use. But still you want to apply some kind of inspection. Okay, it can be done if you selected that option, multicast option. So it will allow some specific actions like some group name and all. I never use the multicast traffic, but it is what it's mentioned over here. Okay, see, now you will read, then you will understand. See what it is saying. By default, multicast traffic to run transparently across vWire without any security inspection. You understand, right? Means by default, it won't do any inspection. But even if you want, there's option to select that. When you enable it, it lets you apply security policies and rules such as blocking, allowing for specific IGMP and PIM group. These two terms, IGMP and PIM group, will comes under the multicast traffic only. Okay, but we generally don't use it. Okay, let me just log in into firewall one more time. Okay, you wanted to see that firewall CLI configuration, right? Let's log in. In internal traffic also you can use it. 100.2. Okay, 100.2. One second, one second, please. One second. Let me take one by one. Okay, 1/2. Otherwise, 192, 168, 12. Okay, what is the management IP? I have to give it here. Admin, not admin at 123. Okay, show interface management. Okay, management IP is 100.1. Okay, 100.1. Go into your jump server 100.1. 192, 168, 100.1. Okay, management is not yet up. If it is not up, so okay, so CLI configuration you want to see, do one thing, just run first command, set CLI config output format set. I gave you into the first class. Okay, just make a note. And the config, okay, show pipe match, just write vwire. This is one of the way. Okay, one of the way. So what it's mentioned over here, set network interface ethernet 1/1. Okay, comment, we give it the vwire. So this is these two commands. Okay, these two commands will help you to configure those two interface to turn into vwire, and these two interline will help you to commit change attach to the vwire, that bundle we created. Okay, and these two commands will create a zones, set zone. See, set zone, and this is the security policy. So whatever you did it in GUI, exact same thing you can do it from the CLI. Okay, there is no issue into that. It's very compatible. Is it fine? Is that answer your question? Okay. Okay. You will get habituated into that. No issue. Okay. No need to remember these commands. Okay. Don't think that you have to remember this. Okay. Don't remember. It's not useful. Okay. Yes, yes, yeah. Yeah. You should know both. Okay, you should know both, but mostly what you do, um, access from the GUI only. Okay, so see, I'm doing a trace, so everything is start. My firewall should come here as L3 hop, but it's not coming. That because I have created as a vwire. Okay, let's quickly jump into the next one, L2 mode. Okay. Okay, VLAN tag. No. 1 second. Let me make a VLAN tag. For the VLAN tag, you should have multiple VLANs also. How can I make a VLAN tag? No, you didn't miss that. I didn't cover actually. Let me open a firewall. So what you generally do, need to draw some more switches over here and keep it. So for example, okay, uh, VLAN configuration which we did, it was just as a access port we have created, right? Just a access port, access. Uh, yeah, that's what I'm. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. As of now, I have created a access port. What you have to do into use the tagging. Okay, so for example, if you create this port and this port as a trunk port, okay, and when you are passing a multiple VLANs in the trunk port, you can configure a tag, okay, like for example tag 20 or some name, okay, and here also there is an option to call it out tag 20, okay. So where you can see in my firewall, let me just show you net admin at 123. These labs which you are doing right now, it is not going to use in your production ever, okay. It's in your slabs, but all L3 labs is going to be used in your company. So when you make a trunk port, you can add a tag as well to. So for example, when you are having a trunk port, let me tell you, when you are having a trunk port from that switch, okay, so multiple VLANs will be there, 10, 20, 30, 40, any VLAN, right? But when all VLAN will come together as a trunk over here, and when we go here and in vWire, if you just allow tag only 20, every traffic will come, and there is a security rule as well, right? Rule. So by default, it is allowing all the, if you don't give any tag or anything, it will allow all, okay, but it is not a trunk port, it's an access port only. But when you don't give any this one tag and all, okay, it will allow all. But you want only VLAN 20 should able to use this path and go out the internet. Then you have to define it here, tag 20, and in the VLAN 20 configuration also a tag configuration. In that way you can enforce the restriction, okay. So there are questions, right? Can we enforce a restriction in tap mode, yes or no? No, but we can we enforce an enforcement in vwire? Yes, because of the, yeah, so that's because of the tag. So when you go into the tag configuration, there is something option called, okay, these two interfaces are there. Now what you want from these two interfaces, what you want to allow, okay, if you don't allow, that's fine, it will allow all and no issue into that. But if you want a specific restriction from this vwire, okay, so let's say example, let me give you an example, okay. In your production, in your switch, this VLAN 10 is your production traffic, okay. For example, 20 is your, for example, your network traffic, and 30 is your sales traffic. Now this Palo Alto sales team came and they said, I need to do a POC, okay, and you wanted to connect as a vWire. So you can't use this traffics, okay, this traffic to go into this firewall. You don't want to that, but you want a specific VLAN you created, for example VLAN 90 as a guest VLAN or a test VLAN. So give this tag 90, okay, for example, okay, or 20 or anything here. So when the traffic will come, it will check, okay, tag 20 is coming now, okay. In that case, I have to pass the traffic for vWire only, tag 20 traffic, okay. Okay, now uh, hmm, go ahead. Yes, right, trunk. That's why it's a trunk port, right? It's trunk configuration. Depends where you want to pass the VLAN. Okay, generally, if your core switch is there Okay, so is it VXLAN or what kind of infrastructure you have? Mm, okay, normal switching. Okay, so yeah, so when you have a core and then you have a distribution and then these are the access ports. So here, when the traffic is coming, mostly, for example, this PC is coming, you connect this port as a access port, access. Okay, but when you come to the these two ports, okay, mostly you can configure as a trunk port, and this is also as a trunk port. That's why you are saying as a all VLAN are passing. KVM means in virtual environment, right? Right. Hmm. So right, in there also depends how you want to pass the traffic. So you are saying there is one VMware or KVM. Let's take example KVM or VMware. Inside that, a image of Palo Alto is there, right? Which is connected to one switch. And what you are doing, all the traffic is passing from the this port is considered as a trunk. So restriction can be done here, so you are not doing any restriction from this port to here. All the traffic, all the VLANs are passing, so that you can do a restriction over here. You are creating zones over here now. No, 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 no. Now, okay, see, understand what we are doing here. We are doing vwire. You are talking about the VLAN. Mostly in your environment, when you log in, there won't be any VLAN configuration. IP configuration will be there, and this communication will be, yeah, this communication will, you are passing all VLAN, that's fine, but the communication between these would be, maybe you have created one SVI. Okay, then IP address, you have created a default gateway over the switch, so any traffic coming from outside or going coming from the inside will pass from the switch. So that's a different concept you are putting here. Okay, don't put it here, that's a different thing. Okay, okay, enough question. Okay, let me go ahead. Okay, otherwise I'll keep answering the question on it will not end. Okay. uh, uh, mm, mm. Okay, so monitoring, we haven't configured monitoring. Monitoring was in tap mode. Okay, that's a different topic. I take, yeah, that's a different previous topic altogether. Here we have to configure a tag. Tag will pass from the switch and the firewall. Yes, it will pass. Hmm. Hmm. Okay, now let me quickly do the L2. Okay, in L2, what we are going to do, we are going to use a new infrastructure, new PC altogether. Okay, when we are doing to the L2. So first of all, whatever configuration you have, you can delete it. Okay, in Palo Alto firewall. So how to delete it? What I'm going to do, I'm just deleting all this configuration whatever we have right now here. Okay, how to delete it? Just do step by approach. Delete first this vwire. Okay, go to the zones. Okay, when you try to delete, it won't delete. Okay, let me show you. Delete. Okay, it is not showing, not deleting. The reason behind that, it is saying okay, you can't delete because it is referenced. Where it's referenced? So it referenced where? In my security policy. Okay, so first you have to delete this security policy. Delete it. Okay, then again go to your this zones and just check your interfaces. Okay, we will change it. We'll make the interfaces as a L2. Just commit it. Now go to your switch side. Okay, there is no change in this router. It is going to be static. Any changes which we are going to have, okay, it's going to here. So let's fix this one first. Okay, this one first. this is going to be my L2. Okay, L2 test. L2. L2 means we are going to create a VLANs. Okay, 1 minute. This is L2. Okay, and I have to configure a IP address as well. So 10.0.0.20, maybe 10.0.0.30 I can configure. Okay, so let me check what is the IP address. Ten zero zero 30. Okay, let's configure 10.0.0.30. 10.0.0.30. Yes, go ahead. uh, then problem, then restriction is there, then you should have some at least super user or write access. Okay, that, yeah, yeah. Okay, 10.0.0.30. Let's configure 10.0.0.31 by 1. Okay, so just check show IP. Okay, 10.0.0.30 already configured, 10 gateway is already configured, no issue into that. From here my traffic will come into 1/3. Okay, let's check 1/3. Where is my switch? 192.168. The switch is 2.2. Okay, it's 2.2. Admin, net admin at 123. Cross check your show run interface. G13. Okay, gig 1/3. What is the current VLAN? Okay, there is no configuration as of now. Okay, there is no configuration. Can we configure VLAN 30 over here? Let me give, because 10 I used here, 20 I use here. Let me use VLAN 30. Okay, let's configure VLAN 30. I'm putting here VLAN 30. Okay, so it's very easy. Let's configure VLAN 30. So configure terminal. Okay, interface gig 1/3. Okay, 1/3. 1/3 switch port mode access, switch port access VLAN 30. Okay, and if you want description, let's give description L2 config or something. Okay, and just check show VLAN as well, if 30 is should be there because we have created. Okay, 1/3 VLAN 30 I don't know why it is came. Show interface status. Okay, just cross checking. Okay, 1/3 connected. Okay, it is connected 30, no issue. Just write mem. Oh, sorry. Now this part is done. Now you have to see this 0/0 as well, because now traffic will come here. Okay, now you have to see this VLAN 0/0. I should have checked it before itself. Okay, 0/0. Right now it is in VLAN 20. Okay, we have to make a change. Okay, VLAN 20 I used for what? For vWire, right? We have to make a change for this one, VLAN 30 for L2 zone 0/0. Okay, one moment. Let's make it interface configure terminal gig 0/0 switch port access VLAN 30. Okay, if you want to change description, change it to Palo VLAN 30. Okay, and okay, so my path is clear from here. Any traffic from VLAN 30 will come till here. Now the main question is here. See, you have to focus here, Palo Alto firewall. Okay, so let's go into your Palo Alto firewall. What are the things you have to configure there? Similarly, same port 1/1 and 1/2. Okay, 1/1 and 1/2. Change it to L2. Since we are doing this L2 configuration now, we are going to change the type of interface to the L2. Okay, now everything will change here. vWire, when you are doing, you configured something, what we call vWire zones and all. As soon as you will change the interface type as a L2, everything will change here. Okay, so now you have to configure a interface as a L2. When you configure L2, it is asking for the VLAN. Okay, so what is the VLAN right now here? So I don't know, right now there is a 0 VLAN. Okay, no worries, just keep it as of now. Security zone. Okay, so here can we create a new zone called L2 zone? Okay, L2 zone, type of zone is C L2, even the zone type is L2. Okay, go in advanced, nothing is there. Okay, just click OK. Change for here as well. Similarly, just type L2, type of interface L2, VLAN keep as of now. Now, since it's a L2 zone, okay, you can create a different zones as well. Let's try with the same zone, like just the same zone, L2 zone. Okay, type of interface zone is also L2 type of zones. Okay, when you go left side, you will see something called a VLAN over here. Right now, no VLAN configured. Okay, just create one VLAN. VLAN name you can give any VLAN, such as VLAN 30. Okay, VLAN 30 interfaces. VLAN. Okay, interface type. Okay, type of interface I have created as a VLAN. Okay, if you want to add it, you can add it here as well, 1 and 2 both, or you can add it there as well. What will be the change? So once you go into the interface, you kept blank, right? So see here right now, VLAN is associated. So what I did, I created two interface as a L2 and I attached to the L2 VLAN itself. Okay, two interface and L2 VLAN itself. Similarly, you can go into here and create one policy, L2 policy. Select your type of zones. So there are two zones already created, L2 zone, and destination is also L2 zone. Okay, same zone. Okay, let me do it one more time. Just click here, add. Okay, L2 zone. Ask for options. What we will do when you don't have any ad policy, just to see firewall. I'll tell you how to do that. Okay, just click OK. Commit the configuration. Okay. Interface VLAN configuration error. Unknown interface VLAN. Okay, there is some issue. What I did, this is L2 VLAN 30. What I did, okay, I added VLAN interfaces here, so just keeping none. Okay, it is giving error. No need to define it. Okay. Okay, wait. Let me do the test now, then I'll explain the outcome, what we did. Okay, just use your this one. Try to reach internet first, 10 or gateway first. Okay, I'm able to reach the gateway. Try to ping internet first. Now we'll see what is happening. Now I'm able to reach the, we changed the configuration altogether, and now my traffic is going from this PC, okay, as a L2, okay, as a L2 coming here. This port is acting as a L2, VLAN L2, and this port is coming over from here internet. Now let's compare what we achieved. Okay, in vWire, what we did in vWire, we combined these two ports. Okay, we combined these two port 1 and 2 to something called a vWire, if you remember. Okay, and there was two different zones. One was out, something out, and something in was there. in L2 type of zone, okay, what we did, we bind it together a VLAN object. There's something called a VLAN object. What object we created? VLAN 30. Okay, VLAN 30, the name we created, VLAN 30 we created. Okay, there is a actually object, not a VLAN name, not a VLAN name. I'll show you how. So when VLAN 20 traffic is coming, a single VLAN, okay, and it is seeing a object VLAN 20 in which 1 and 2 both are bind together. It is passing a traffic like a switch. In vWire also it was acting as a switch, but there are key differences between them. Okay, major difference. Okay, the major difference is like when you bind a object. Okay, I created a VLAN 30. This is the object name. Okay, when tomorrow I need one more interface, for example, there is one more interface connected from the switch, sorry, and this interface 1 2 3, let's assume 3 interface, and I want same behavior, same kind of connectivity like already have for the VLAN object 30. Whatever 30 is doing, I want same kind of behavior. Was it possible in vWire? In vWire, 1 and 2 was there. I want one more interface to be part of vWire. Is it possible in vWire? No, fixed. That was the limitation in vWire. But tomorrow, let's say if I need one more interface to part of the VLAN, okay, what I have to do, just add to the VLAN object. What does it mean by VLAN object? Let me show you. So this is the name which I have created, VLAN 30. It's just an object. This is not a VLAN. Okay, let me show you. For example, I just created VLAN 30 lab. Okay, this is the name, just a name. I can name Ron as well. It's just a object, VLAN object. Okay, I can keep a Ron as well. So let's not keep Ron. I created VLAN 30 lab, right? This is the name, just a name. So when you create a VLAN in switch, you create a VLAN and VLAN ID, right? Not, let's not compare with that. That is to define a VLAN. When you create VLAN and VLAN ID, how you do? VLAN 30 and then you give a name like a, for example, ops something. This is how you define, right? VLAN and VLAN. This is not the same as here. We are just creating a VLAN object. You can create your name as well, or something you can create. For example, test VLAN object, and you added 2 interface into this object. Okay, so what will happen tomorrow if new interface will come? So till now we were able to do that, right? So let's fix that first, then I'll add it one more interface if available. So now you are seeing that from the restriction you are going more flexible. Means if new VLANs are coming into your company, or if some new VLAN needs to be added, you can just add the interface into that object and it will work. How it is working? Based on the VLANs. Okay, so let me just add it first and show you. Okay, it's still reachable. See, it's just a name. I just kept something wrong and all, but it's still working, right? Tomorrow, let's say one, this one, okay, this part is coming as a vendor, okay, or something else is there which also wants to go into my firewall. Right now it is just directly going from the switch and maybe core switch and all, it is not going there, and I want this to be part of my firewall flow as well. What I'll do, I'll just add one more interface over here. Okay, for let's say example, if I have, okay, let me check if I have or not. Okay, let me check directly. So just exit, so interface all. 112.2.2.2. Let me check. Yeah, firewalls. How many I? One, two, one and two. I only used. Okay. So let's see. I wanted to use one more interface. Okay. Let's assume something new came. Okay. And to explain more in better design, I have one document. Okay. Then I'll go there. This is my old document. Okay. So let's see. Diagram concept is same. What it is saying, there is one VLAN call, VLAN trend, okay, coming from the corp IT team. Let's say there is one HR team and there is one sales team having a different VLANs. All wants to go from a firewall. You can create a SVIs for this VLAN and pass it from the firewall. So this interface will act as a SVI in this case. Okay. So here also you can see different VLANs also able to handle. Means my firewall is also able to handle this VLAN concepts. Okay, that's why L2 VLAN is given over here. So let's take example 1/3. Okay, it is available. If I going to add, I have to stop it. Okay, there's no physical interface. Okay, I can't do it. I have to stop everything. Okay, then add a physical firewall. Okay, no, it's I'll show you in different way. But as of now, comparing between tap and vwire, any question? We are passing a traffic based on the VLAN. Okay, this interface is acting as a L2 interface, not a L1 L3 interface. And generally you will see interface type as a L3 with IP address. But here what we are doing, without IP address also I can use my firewall. Any question? One second, can you repeat your question? It was my headphone. Go ahead. Correct. So because we are defining your interface itself as a VLAN object. L2 means we are defining my interfaces acting as a switch. So for example, if you're having a switch, do you ever define this port? For example, ever L2? It's by default L2, right? Because it is a switch. But here in a firewall, you can define it as a L2, or you have to define it to use as a L2 or L3, how you want to use it. Okay, okay. No, no. In 20 and 30 is not an encapsulation. Okay, encapsulation means you are saying that 802 or 801 encapsulation you are passing. Okay, so let me show you. Yeah, dot one, dot two, dot. Okay, one second. Let me show you. I'll show you. I'm just pinging and show you the traffic. One minute. Hyphen T. Let's go into my firewall first. What is the benefit? Okay, what is the benefit of giving L2? Traffic is passing from L2, but even you can see the traffic in my firewall. So if you see here in session browser, from zone L2 and to zone L2, source is this one, destination is this one, from port, and it is, you can see here, same zone. So traffic is saying, it won't show here, but it will show into the monitor. It is intra-zone traffic. What is intra-zone traffic? Anyone? Intra-zone traffic. Intra-zone. So in the same zone. So this is the same zone. But in case of vWire, we had to use a different zone. No, it was not intra-zone. Okay. If you go inside that as well, let me show you. So interface 800 Give me a minute, okay? Yes, we can add. As we have to create in sub interface. I'll tell you one thing. Give me one more minute, okay? Okay. To answer that tagging question, okay, not tagging, auto two, okay, encapsulation question, okay. So let's clarify your concept first. So for example, if this is 0/0 and it is 0/1 something, okay. When I made this port as a access, okay, and this is coming from wherever switch and all, this port is a access, and I think this port is also as a access. So tell me, as per your concept, okay, does 802 1Q encapsulation will work here? This is for everyone also, okay? It's like something bonus you will learn, okay? In this access port, 8OQ encapsulation will work? No, no. Where it will work? So when you make this as a trunk, and multiple VLANs are coming, 10, 20, 30, every VLAN are coming over here, okay, then what switch have to do, okay, they have to strip it based on the VLAN, and based on this encapsulation they, okay, based on the encapsulation it will go into the trunk port and then understand what VLAN were there. So to achieve that, I have to make one more lab, in which what I can do, okay, I'll make one switch, okay, and this port as a trunk port, and multiple switches or VLANs should be there, okay, multiple VLANs. In this trunk port, if this traffic will come here, then you have to create these interfaces which is coming over here as the sub interface, okay, sub interface. I'll show you. For example, if this is 1/1, it will be 1/10 sub interface, 1/20, and 1/30. Okay, I'll show you. 1/10, 20, and 30. So in this case, if traffic, all the interfaces, all the VLANs are coming, in that case, your encapsulation auto do will work when a specific VLAN traffic will go from here and here and here. To show you, I think you are asking about my old lab. One moment here. Okay, this is my old lab. If you see here, SVI has been created, VLAN dot 10, VLAN dot 20, and VLAN dot 30. Okay, I'll do that as well. Okay, it is there in document. If you want to practice that encapsulation thing, you can do it. I'll give this path. Okay, in which you can see in VLAN, VLAN starts transiting. Correct. Hmm. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Okay, where's the? I'll tell you. When you say AE, it's a different from the sub interface. Okay, there are two concept in your firewall. Okay, I'll show you here. Let's understand that first. In your firewall, if you go here into the interfaces, where is that interface? Network. Okay, yeah, here is something called a sub interface. Okay, and there's, I don't have subscription to show you, but um, let me just explain what is the difference between that. So when you create a sub interface, means um, here add a sub interface. Okay, when you create a sub interface, means you are dividing one interface into multiple sub interface. But when you are creating AE, that means to get more bandwidth, you are combining multiple interface, one, two, three, as a AE interface, so that you can get more bundle. And yeah, aggregate. And there is something in switching term called um, LACP kind of thing. Yeah, so in this is different from this one. Okay. No problem. I have to finish this L3 as well, otherwise we will be late. Just take 5 minute break, okay? 5 minute break, and I will come and start the L3 as well. Okay, just start it. Just have water and all.